nasty. There's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing. I'm leaving because the food is nasty and there's a dog. So what? What do you want to do about it? Nothing.
He's alive because he fought for our country. You know?
Congratulations! Congrats! So did my husband's dad. My husband's dad did too. What's your point?
Because he's alive.
My husband's dad fought for the fucking country.
So did he.
What's your
That's
point?
why he has a
so
dog.
what? It's still nasty to me. I don't care.
No, it's not.
It's nasty to me. You can't change.
What do you recommend?
You can't change my goddamn opinion.
So
I don't care. It should be a separate section for a fucking animal. Well, right here. Separate section for animals. Shut the hell up. If you care about your fuck, shut up. Who's gonna make me? Are you gonna make me? Are you gonna make me?
Just stop.
I didn't think so.
It's enough.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Hey,
I didn't think so. What do you want to do?
Hey.
Nothing, so shut the hell up.
hey, why don't you just calm down for 30
Nothing, so
seconds?
shut the hell up. Like I said, it's fucking
Why don't you just stop and just calm
you
down?
have a
They
choice
should
to
have
go
gone
someplace else.
She came over here.
You got a choice to go someplace else.
What the hell do you think I'm doing? Until the whore behind you stopped me,
Just
I was happily moving somewhere else. Okay, but don't get into my goddamn face when my daughter's standing there. I don't give a fuck. That's rude.
You call me a whore?
You are a bitch. That's what you are for being. You're approaching me in front of my goddamn child. You're more than a whore. You're a bitch.
You in a
Yes,
nice
you approached
manner
me. No, you didn't approach. No, excuse you. You didn't ask me a question. You came at me. It's the difference. I got no problem with answering a question. You came at me. So guess what? You gotta come as a threat. I'm gonna make sure I dress it. Fucking dumbass bitch. You got the right one. Like I said, it's fucking gross. Bitch.
Oh, get the last word, bitch.
Stop. It's enough.
I'm sorry?
Gotta get the
I
last
don't
word.
care. Record me. And like I said, it's disgusting to have an animal inside of a public restaurant. And if it is here, it should be disclosed at a sectional area.
You need to go get your
No
child.
that. It's still what, bitch. It's my opinion. And it's not going to change.
Your opinion
You
doesn't
ain't going to
matter.
change it. You. None of y'all going to change it. I think it's gross. I think it's gross. I think it's gross.
I wasn't in this at all.
Do not get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Don't
Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Don't
You
do it.
can't
This
be
is
beneath us.
Don't
This
do
is
it,
beneath
John.
us.
Stop.
This is
Get out of
beneath
my
us.
John,
This is
don't
beneath
do
us.
it.
Stop.
Don't do it.
Beneath us.
Just relax it now.
Everybody just stop.
Yeah.
Everybody just stop.
Beneath us. Let it go.
Just stop.
Let it go.
Everybody go back to leave.
Just
Yeah,
stop.
just relax. Just
Everybody
let
just
it
calm
go.
down.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
Just stop.
Just let them go.
We have it on tape. You can request it, bitch. I apologize.
Me as my husband. And then we're also with my daughter, and we're at Kathy's Seafood Restaurant, which is in Delaware City. A gentleman comes in with his service dog, and he walked in. He went and talked to other tables. Like, he must have knew other people that were in there. And then about a couple minutes later, he came in where it's a really small restaurant. He came and sat right next to our table. And then the dog was just standing up, and it was a Great Dane dog, so it's huge. And then as he was standing up, our table was like literally right there. So the butt was literally in my face. I said, babe, I really can't eat looking at a dog's butt. We scooted our stuff on the sides, getting up away from the dog, and went up to the front. He paid for our meals. I'm walking out the door, and then this lady runs up to me. Excuse me, ma'am. I have a question. Did you say that you're leaving this restaurant because you don't want to eat with a dog? And she was like, well, let me tell you something. And she start pointing. She was like, that dog has more rights than your ass than you do, nigger. I was like, that's when I escorted my daughter out of the restaurant. That's why you don't see my daughter in the video. At this time, 7 or 8 people are surrounding me. And I'm like arguing with everything. And at this point is when people are yelling derogatory racial slurs everywhere. Like, it's like 6 or 7 of them. These are the people that they knew when he was walking to each table talking to. So I'm like looking, first of all, I was taken back. I was shocked. Like, I didn't really know how to respond because my husband is Caucasian and I never experienced anything remotely even close to behavior like that. I had to gather myself for a second, and then that's when I exploded. And could I have done anything different in terms of reacting, even though they made me feel that way? No. I don't feel as though I could have. Absolutely not. I felt like I held myself together the best way I knew how I could.
What's good, fam? This is Mr. Sycamore, and I'm back with another episode of W.I.T, What I Think. Now, this video is going to be about a lady named Sierra Miller, who was at a seafood restaurant, Kathy's Crab House in Delaware City. And this video has gone viral. A lot of people have a lot of negative stuff to say about this video. You all saw the video. But there's actually another video that that came out where she defended herself and explained the actions that she took that was on the video that went viral. Now, with this video being W.I.T, I'm going to tell you what I think. I understand. I don't know the law completely, but I understand when people with a disability, understand what I'm saying to you, people that have a disability have a service animal, whether it be an animal that soothes them by way of releasing tension, or an animal that alerts them before something happens, passing out, seizures, that type of thing. I think they have two different names for the dogs. I know one is a service dog, or they're all service dogs, but I know that there's one of the two that doesn't really need complete certification, and there's one that is not allowed everywhere, that the other is. Either way, I understand that certain people need these service animals. Not just service dogs, service animals. I've seen pot-bellied pigs. I've seen cats. So service animals. Different situations, different people, different service animals. Now, this is Mr. Sycamore. This isn't anyone else. I am glad that whoever needs a service animal, if they're able to get it, great. But the law that's put out needs to be to a certain degree. It can't be willy-nilly. It can't be, have a good day, we've made this law for you, bye-bye. No, it needs to be a little deeper than that. This situation that Sierra Miller went through, I'm sure a lot of people go through. Maybe they just hadn't been as boastful with their feelings as she did. And then again, maybe it's been around and just hadn't gone viral. But this situation, I don't know if I would have gotten to the extreme or the extent that she did. But then again, you never know how you're going to get when people are jumping on your back, especially when they're giving racial innuendos. You don't have to be racial. When people are on your back and you're backed into a corner, you come out. Now, I've seen people in stores that I go in, and once again, if there's a service animal and they're walking that service animal around, if it's I've seen them in Walmart, I've seen them in, other stores I've been in, walking them around. I don't really like that, but hey, I can go around them or go to another part of the store or what have you. But when I see these people in Walmart and other stores with these animals inside of the buggy, especially in a place where I have to put my clothes or my food or my whatever I want to buy, I just don't like that. And when I said that the law should go on to say certain things, or even the establishment should do certain things, animals don't belong in those buggies. Yeah, maybe you can bring them in this store, but they don't belong in those buggies. Animals that are brought in restaurants, Mr. Sycamore, do not like that. Animals are animals. They're not humans. Listen to me and listen to me good before you all just want to jump on me. But if you do, that's cool. Animals are animals. They're not humans. They don't have brains that humans have. Oh yeah, some of y'all gonna get slick and say, oh, they smarter than some humans. Say what you want to. Animals are animals. Yes, they can be trained to do certain things, but animals are of nature. Dogs, cats, potbelly pigs, whatever they may be, they have a foulness to them. They lick themselves. Maybe that's grooming. Dogs lick their butts. Cats lick themselves. Potbelly pigs do crap everywhere. Yeah, you might be able to train a dog to crap outside, but if he's in a tight, he's going to go where he goes. He's not like a human who's going to try to go to a bathroom. This is about Sierra Miller in the restaurant. The lady said that the dog, which was a Great Dane, which stands tall, the butt was in her face. Who wants to eat with a dog's butt in their face? Even if the butt wasn't in her face. Dogs slob. Dogs have saliva. Dogs scratch. Dogs swing their ears. And that's all natural for them. People who love dogs and have them in the house, they are accepting of that. But not everyone wants that. What about the people in these restaurants who may have allergies? If the law is going to state that an animal, a service animal, can be brought in a restaurant where I'm trying to eat without having dog hair and dog farts and dogs licking the butt and especially the saliva that drops, then there should be a dedicated room for that, and I have no problem with it. But to be out in the open, in the general population of a restaurant, no. Now, that video, she was irate, and one person in that video had the nerve to say, well, this man isn't dead and he served our country. There are many people who serve our country that aren't dead. And not everyone who served in this country who comes back and has a disability, they're not the only ones who have these service dogs. You have people who haven't spent a day in the military who have service animals. See, people make things about what they want to make it about, to try to have something to ride off of, to put their surfboard on and ride those waves. Now, I'm just like I said, I'm telling you, I don't want a dog or no other kind of animal in a restaurant where I paid to go eat, unless they're in a dedicated area, designated area. Just like people have rooms for parties, they reserve those rooms to go and have parties. They're not with the general population. That's how it should be with these animals. Now, if you don't want to spend the money to get that room built on, or those rooms built on, then your establishment needs to be shut down until you could do something to make it comfortable for everybody. Like I said, okay, you have this service animal, fine and dandy. But what about the person who has allergies for the dogs? Or just don't like to be around that. Like I said, dogs. And the reason I keep talking about dog saliva, let me just let you all know something real quick. Let me read something real quick. Germs found in dog saliva. While dog saliva was once thought to have healing abilities, scientific studies have shown that while it has slight antibacterial properties, it can carry a variety of germs that are potentially harmful to humans. The saliva of our canine companions contains bacteria and viruses which may cause infections or illness, especially in immune-compromised people. To prevent issues Practice good hygiene around your pup and keep him up to date with his vaccinations. The saliva can cause problems. Dogs slob. The owners ain't gonna get up and wipe their mouths. And if they do, then that's nasty to the sight of a human in their eyes. We have lists that we get offended by. We get offended from each other if a person sneezes in a restaurant. Or certain people do a certain thing in a restaurant, other people. So why would you think that everyone wants a dog? I just think that this video that captured, as everyone's saying, the crazy woman, isn't that crazy. I can guarantee you there are a lot of people who feel just like she feels. I'm one of them. It's nothing against the person with the service animal. It's the establishment. They need to spend the money to get certain designated rooms for these laws. And while Kathy's Crab House had the gall to apologize to the patrons, saying they're embarrassed, the video ended with an employee of Kathy's Crab House calling Sierra Miller a bitch. But I saw nowhere in the apologies that they apologized to her. Now, the last thing I want to say is, a lot of people were saying, well, her husband was there and he didn't say anything and he's a coward and he's a punk. I'm kind of borderline with that one, because the guy may be one of those people like me who can take a lot, but if you get me started, it's going to be all hell to pay. So maybe he was reserved, but he wasn't going to let nobody touch her because no one touched his wife. So maybe he was reserved to the point where as long as they're not touching her, yap yappity yap, it's okay. So I'm not going to say that he was a punk or a coward. He might have been saving himself from going to the penitentiary, because no one touched his wife, and with that, everything else was cool. I don't know. But the whole thing is, anyone who needs a service animal, if they can afford to get it, or however the insurance goes or whatever, fine and dandy. But to take advantage of the situation, I'm not feeling that. Anyway, this is Mr. Sycamore. I'm glad you checked out my video. Like, share. If you hadn't already done it, hit that subscribe button. And if you feel like it, put some comments below. Until my next video, I'm out.